Hi Simon, how are you? How's it going today, all right?
Yeah, not bad.
David Allen is business manager of a cluster of primary schools and one secondary school in rural Norfolk. He oversees everything from combined catering facilities to building projects.
We're one of the demonstration projects that was backed by the National College. 37 projects in total, which were all designed to look at the development and growth of school business management in a range of settings, some very urban, some very rural. Some of those projects were to expand and build upon existing school business managers. Some, like this one at Litcham, was to actually appoint somebody who was not fulfilling that role within the school. This particular project was very much about putting a school business manager into a rural setting, based in a high school, but actually working in collaboration with a group of surrounding primary schools that feed into the high school.
The high school alone couldn't justify a business manager. We would have to sort of have a job that involved other roles, and yet in order to secure the services of a business manager with the high level skills that we needed, we felt that the only way that we could achieve that was in collaboration with other schools. So we're working towards a system where we all contribute to the cost of the business manager.
Tomorrow.
Okay,
All right.
then. Yeah,
Cheers.
I'll see you later. Thank you.
What I've tried to do is evaluate where some of the financial benefits come through. Looking over the first year, those benefits stacked up somewhere in the region of £90,000. And they're through a combination of actually securing additional funding, as well as through really competitive processes in terms of tendering, identifying savings from different companies. And I think that's an important part of it, as is some of the softer issues, which are some of the things around efficiency, effectiveness, reorganisation of management structures, and generally saving people time.
Since he covers so many schools in the area, David spends much of his time on the move, visiting the many different small schools in his charge.
This afternoon we're off to see Chris Perry. He's the head teacher at Beeston Primary School. Beeston Primary School is one of the primary schools that I support. Part of my role is to deal with various projects that the schools actually have, and that includes construction projects. And part of the job is to deal with the contractors really from the word go. So it's understanding what the head is actually looking for within the school, and then part of the job that I'll do is I'll find relevant contractors that can deliver that. I'll also deal with actually pulling together their prices. So really it takes all of that work away from the head, so he can just really concentrate on what he's supposed to be doing, which is the teaching and the learning.
Essentially what I'm looking for is something to go on this side of the building here.
Right.
Obviously to get shade from the sun,
Yeah.
but also to keep the weather off,
Right.
you know, when it's not so
Yeah.
good.
So they can use this then all year round, ideally, as much as
Yeah.
possible. It's a very broad role in terms of the breadth of the job, and you know there are quite a number of different elements to it. So from a point of view of learning lots of new things, that's particularly rewarding. Also in terms of actually making a difference to the schools and in terms of assisting them, obviously I can see you know relatively quickly where I can help them and make some differences. If it doesn't require planning, then it should be a bit quicker, and that will cost us somewhere in the region of £500–600 if it does.
I think what we have to do is we have to look forward to new ways of operating. I think the current system as it stands is not sustainable. We've already seen that there are a number of people that are not interested in coming into headship in small schools particularly. And I think if the business manager can show that the job actually is very exciting and the job will enable us to focus on teaching and learning, the whole thing will become very much more attractive. And going forward, there's an element of speculation in terms of the money that we've invested in David, and we're hopeful that, you know, in the future we're going to see that the investment that we've made is paid off many times over.